This guide will walk you through the steps to manage the visibility of both API product operations and any custom documentation provided with the product. It is another example of applying the Akana licensing feature. This video assumes that you are familiar with previous videos in which we explained how to create scopes and licenses. We also recommend you to review the video on managing API operation visibility in this series, as this video explains how scopes are assigned to operations and corresponding licenses associated with the API product. In this video, we will show that the licensing feature can also be applied to API products that have public visibility. In other words, the details of these API products can be reviewed without logging in. For this use case, we will assume that only a limited subset of API product operations is made visible to anonymous users. At the same time, we want them to be able to see any additional documentation that is provided with the API product. To start, provide your API admin credentials and click on Login. Navigate to APIs in the top-level menu. Select the My APIs option. For this example, we will use a public pet store API that has been created earlier by uploading the pet store OAS file. This product has been given public visibility. To apply licensing to this API product, click on Details in the left-hand menu. Click on the triangular icon on the right to open additional menu options. Click the option to manage licensing. To enable licensing for this API product, check the Enable Licensing for API box. To make only a subset of operations visible to portal users, apply a public scope to the applicable operations. To enable scope mapping on individual API operations, select the operation-specific mapping option. If need be, review the guides on creating scopes and creating licenses. Click Select with an operation that you want to apply a scope to. Several scopes have already been created. The demo external scope is a public scope that we will apply to the operation to give it public visibility. Check the box with the demo external scope. Click Save to confirm your scope selection. Repeat these steps for any operation that you want to give public visibility. Once you have completed your scope mapping, click Save to save your settings. Applying the licensing feature to an API product by default renders any uploaded documentation invisible. In the remaining steps of this video, we will show how to make such documentation visible to both anonymous and registered users. First, we will upload a document. Click Documentation in the left-hand menu. Next to the generated API documentation in OAS format, we want to add a document that provides further information on the product. Documents can be uploaded using the File Manager option. Click File Manager in the top right location. Click Upload a file. Select the file to be uploaded from your file system. Click Upload to add your selected file. To have the file name appear under Documentation, check Show in TOC. The uploaded file will already be visible for registered users. However, to also make it visible to anonymous users, an additional configuration step is required. The file needs to be mapped to a public license that is associated with the API product. You need to create a file called metadata XML as shown here. Demo External Default is the name of the license that we are using with this example. This license contains the demo external scope that we applied to the API earlier. Upload your metadata XML file. Unlike the first file that was uploaded, metadata XML should not be directly visible to users. Hence, we will not include it under the table of contents. After uploading both files, close the pop-up. To review the result, log out of the portal. Click APIs to list any publicly available API products. Click All APIs. The Pet Store API is visible to anonymous users as it has been configured with public visibility. Click on the product name. Click Documentation in the left-hand menu. Under the API product documentation, only the publicly scoped operations are visible to the anonymous user. Also, the uploaded Pet Store PDF document is listed. The PDF document can be opened and reviewed by clicking its name. This guide covered the steps to make a subset of API product operations visible to anonymous users by applying the Akana licensing feature. In addition, it showed how additional documentation that is uploaded to the API product is made visible, even to anonymous users. Documents can be mapped to licenses that are associated with the API to make them visible to specific user categories only.